So we thought we'd put F1 away for the holidays, wrapped it up nicely and see it again in 2014. Not the case. Some new regulations have been announced for 2014, including double points in the final race of the season. It's not some pop show X Factor idea, it's for real. Lawrence Edmondson is deputy editor of ESPN F1. He joins us from the London offices to explain. Over to you, Mr. Edmondson.
Yeah, it's one of several changes that the FIA have agreed on for next year. It's obviously the most headline-grabbing one is that there will be double points at the final race in Abu Dhabi. The idea is to extend the excitement and the mathematical possibilities of the championship for as long as possible. So obviously with 50 points up for grabs for a single driver at the final race, they can go into the final race 49 points behind, which would usually be 2 races less points, and still be able to win the championship. It's a very, very strange thing for Formula 1 to do. It's not something we've ever seen before in the sport, and basically it means that the final race is almost like a cup final. It's a much bigger event. But of course the final is at Abu Dhabi, a track where often we don't get fantastic racing, and it's a bit of an odd decision, a bit of an odd way for Formula 1 to go. The purists don't like it. From what we've read so far from the fans, they're not particularly keen on it. It means that 2 wins, one at, say, Spa, a great driver's circuit, and another one at Monaco, a circuit where you need real grit and determination, will be the same as one win in Abu Dhabi. And really, the fans aren't particularly happy about it, and we'll see if it does get adopted, how it will change the result. In recent years, it wouldn't have made a huge amount of difference. This year, Vettel still would have won the championship in India. So it's one which we're going to have to see, we're going to have to watch. The hope is that it will bring in a few casual viewers for the season finale, but I think really at the detriment for the fans who stick with Formula 1 for the whole year and expect to see each race on an equal standing.
On the whole, what will the new regulations mean for F1?
Well, the other regulations is a budget cap, which has been proposed for 2015. That's a big step for Formula 1. It's something which really the sport has needed for some time. We talk about it so often that teams are struggling financially. Now there is the prospect of a budget cap in 2015. Of course, Formula 1 did try and do something similar in 2009, a long proposed idea which eventually fell through. So there's no guarantees that that will go ahead. Other smaller changes are numbers for each of the drivers, permanent numbers. So let's say Lewis Hamilton chooses to be number 7, he will be number 7 for the rest of his career. Unless he wins a championship, then he can have number 1 for the next year. The final change is 5-second penalties during the race for lesser infringements. At the moment, you have to take a drive-through penalty, which can be very costly. You're looking at 30 seconds or something like that sometimes. With this penalty, you're looking at 5 seconds maybe added on at the end of the race, or some way of kind of slowing the car to give that 5-second penalty. They haven't decided yet. So a few little changes, but you've got to remember this is coming at a time when there's a huge amount of changes for Formula 1.
As always, thank you, Lawrence, and for more on this developing story throughout the off-season and over the holidays, keep it right here, ESPNF1.com. Bye for now.